north from Emporia. There are at least 3 different severe storms that are in place right now, and any one of those could produce large hail and damaging winds. This one is the most dangerous of the group near Linden at this time. We have reports of hail more than 2 inches in diameter that have been reported with this, and just in the last moment, a tornado watch being issued for basically this exact area. So a tornado watch just issued in the last few moments here. And again, the most dangerous storm we have is that, the hail core over Linden. Hail up to 2 inches in diameter is a possibility with this. And as we zoom in more closely, I'm checking out the radar and the velocity here. Let's see what the if there's any spin with this. The spin is intensifying a bit, kind of between Olivet and Linden. And that's really the area where Doug Crisp, our storm chaser, is located right now. So he's watching it super close. There you go. He's picking up some hail chunks as well there out behind the storm. But he'll be following that off to the east shortly. And as we look off to the west, and that warning I'll mention again, severe storm warning, 2-inch diameter hail. You're looking at Osage counties in that warning. Then it will move over into parts of Anderson and Franklin counties. And it does have some spin with it. That warning going until 7 p.m. The storm I showed you a moment ago, looking straight north from Emporia, is this one that's near Bashong and Allen. So that is the storm again that's just straight north of Emporia. It has hail that's about the size of a ping pong ball, and you can see the downpour there from the radar as we look just straight north from town, from the west side of town, the Washburn University camera there in Emporia. Watching that severe storm. This is near Bashong and Allen. Hail about the size of ping pong balls with this, and it is moving to the northeast. So that severe storm warning also includes parts of Wabaunsee County and the eastern extreme of Morris County. So the hail core of that is not going to go into Morris County, but the warning does. And most likely this will go northeast toward Allen, Eskridge, Harveyville, and it could even go toward Topeka. As put into motion, you go back 30 minutes ago, and I'll go ahead and back up there. There was nothing. And if we roll forward all the way to now, you can see that purple core that developed there as the storm developed very close to Americus with no hail showing up hardly at all at 6:16. And we roll up to now to 6:38, and you've got that purple hail core that's heading toward Allen. Next storm is this one. That is the one that's looking straight south from Council Grove, and that storm has potential for hail about the size of quarters, I believe, and you can see that hail core looking south from Council Grove right there, and let's get the specifics on that as well. So this storm is moving into the southeast part of Morris County over where the old warning was, has, let's see, that was one to pick up the other one. We've got, okay, hail that says ping pong balls, this possible now as well. So the warning that's near the Dunlap area is actually for the hail near Bashong and Allen, but we're going to have this next severe storm coming out of Chase County, actually moving across the southeast part of Morris County. So in Morris County, you actually have 2 different storms that are severe moving your way, and now we have a tornado warning. All right, hey guys, let's go on TV live now. Can you hear me, Denny? I need to go on TV. I got a tornado warning. Tell me when I'm up. All right, tornado warning now issued for parts of Osage County. We haven't had a tornado warning in a long time, but now we do. If you're in the Linden area over to Quennemo, you are in the path of this. So it's a tornado warning. Right now they're saying it is radar indicated, but a tornado warning that's in place for Osage County going until 7:15 p.m. There is a storm, Linden, Quennemo. You are in the path of this. Melbourne, not that far away from it. Let's check out the velocity on here. Let's see where the spin is located. Looks like it's just south of Linden there. And I'm going to read the data from the tornado warning here. Weather Service says 4 miles south of north of Olivet, moving east at 20 miles per hour. So 4 miles north of Olivet, that is right about here, right in that area. So that's going to be your tornado warning, is this part of the storm with that rotation. So Melbourne and Quennemo, you need to be taking shelter right now in these areas. Again, it's a tornado warning just issued for that area, and we have been watching a storm chaser there. He looks like he's a little bit out of position on that one, but again, it's a tornado warning for this, and that storm is going to be 4 miles north of Olivet. So just about to cross Highway 75 in a few minutes here. It's near 278 is where it looks like right there. And let's check out the velocity again. Again, this is a tornado warning that's been issued, and this is for Doppler radar indicated rotation on this. The storm also has a history of hail more than 2 inches in diameter. So this is not a widespread issue. It's for the east central part of Osage County, again going until 7:15 for the area of rotation right about there. So if you're in Quennemo, you should take shelter right now. If you're in Melbourne, you should take shelter right now. If you're in Linden, let's see if it does include the city limits of Linden. So you should take shelter in Linden, but most likely this is going to stay just to the south of you. Olivet, this is going to definitely stay to the east-northeast of Olivet and then move away. The Weather Service says this is moving east at 20 miles per hour is the motion on this. And again, it is a tornado warning in place there for the eastern part of Osage County. Again, we have a first alert weather day, so we were leaning forward on this. We're live streaming on WIBW.com as it came on. We were telling you earlier it was showing some signs of rotation. The hook initially was showing up near Redding. As we go back in time a little bit here, we can back up the radar, and you'll see that hook's been fairly persistent. As we go back in time, right about there's a hook, and you can see it 30 minutes ago as just east of Redding. And then as it continues making its way to the east, the Weather Service now sees enough rotation in there that they've gone ahead and put out the tornado warning on it. That's going to be located just a few miles there north of the town of Olivet. So we're seeing the greatest sign of rotation right there. So I'll put the velocity back on with this, and again, kind of monitoring a few feeds here to see if I can get a look at what's going on in this area, but I don't have really good eyes in that area at this moment. But again, the rotation of this, the tornado warning, the spin is this thing right there. That's let's get a mileage on this, how far south that's going to be from Linden. Just east of Highway 75 is where I see it now. That rotation being about 3.8 to 4 miles south of Linden. And the Weather Service says it's moving east at 20 miles per hour. So the rotation now looks like it is getting farther away from Olivet. Initially, they had it as 4 miles north of Olivet, being right about there. And now we've got the rotation, looks like maybe about 6 miles northeast of Olivet. So Melbourne, take shelter right now if you're around Melbourne. Quennemo, take shelter right now. Linden, you're probably not going to deal with this rotation, but you have big hail that's close to Linden. So if you're around Linden, I would just take shelter anyway and just to stay out of the hail if nothing else. But again, it's a tornado warning there for the east central part of Osage County. We have a hail core close to the town of Allen as well. Bashong, you're in a hail core. We have another storm here just south of Council Grove moving out of Chase County that will soon move into the southeast corner of Morris County. It has the potential for hail to ping pong balls, and that's the storm right there. We're watching this just straight south and southeast of Council Grove. All right, so again, this storm has Doppler radar indicated rotation with it. If you are in the Melbourne and Quennemo areas, I strongly encourage you to take shelter right now. I'm going to try to check out the view from our Council Grove from the Emporia camera actually, and looking to the east. You can see the lowering there on the horizon to the east from this, and you can also see the anvil top. As I pan this a little farther over to the right or the south, you can see the top of this like a mushroom as it spreads out more than 50,000 feet up in the atmosphere. That's the overshooting top of this severe storm that has potential tornado with it. Again, the Weather Service saying this is Doppler radar indicated tornado warning at this time. It is not confirmed, is on the ground yet. If it does become confirmed, we'll let you know, of course, immediately. So again, back here on the radar, this is the Prairie Band Casino Resort Live Storm Tracker. This isn't for a big area that's under the severe storm threat. It's really confined to areas south of I-70 and really east of Council Grove. They did issue a tornado watch for a small area here, just for a few counties, and you generally don't see them issue tornado watches for smaller areas, but in this case they saw enough rotations showing up, they went ahead and dropped this on. So you've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10 counties in Kansas in this tornado watch, another 3 or 4 across the state line there in Missouri, but generally you don't see them drop tornado watches on for an area quite that small, but they think this is an isolated issue, and they don't think it's going to go on much past sunset if in fact it does. So again, there's a tornado warning. It's going to be just to the south of Melbourne. The hook echo showing up a bit more on that scan. The rotation right about there, and it's going to be, let's put a distance there from Melbourne. Got this about 4 miles northwest of the town of Melbourne right now, and moving east at 20 miles per hour. So we do some time arrivals on this for where it's heading. So from the rotation, if you take it east at 20 miles per hour, it's going to put this at the Meredith Middle School at about 7:15. If it goes more to the southeast, you've got Melbourne at 6:59. If it goes more to the southeast, if it goes more to the northeast, you've got Quenemo at 7:14. And Mount Pleasant Church at 7 p.m. I have a lot of towns and also other locations on here as well, but those are locations that you would know if it is close to you. All right, another tornado warning here. Another one issued. Now I've got another one. So this is going to be straight north of Emporia. We have a tornado warning there for the Allen area, and I'm going to see if I can get a look at this one. That's going to be this one right here. So a tornado warning. This is not going to include the city of Emporia, but Lyon County, you are in this. So looking straight to the north from Emporia, got our camera here. I'm going to bring up just a single Emporia camera, and I think I can see the lowering on this right in the middle. So this is from the live Washburn University camera in Emporia, looking straight north. You've got the rain-free base here, heavy rain and hail on that side. And if we do see a tornado, I'm going to have good eyes on it right here, looking straight north from Emporia. So there's not a better look at the storm than what we're going to have right there if that produces a tornado. Again, that's not for the city limits of Emporia. It is just north of Emporia from the Allen area and to the east of Allen. But if you're up there, you are in a tornado warning now. So we have two different tornado warnings. This one's going to cross I-70 shortly. Allen, Admire. You should be taking shelter, and the rotation is right there on the radar. I'm kind of scanning the skies back and forth to make sure I'm looking at the right spot there. But yeah, we're looking straight north of Emporia. I have a very good a good look at that one, as it is just straight north of Emporia, looking from the west side of town, and the hook showing up right there. All right, let's read off the exact text from the National Weather Service on what they're saying from this. So we've got a tornado warning for Lyon County, and they say, again, it's going to be Doppler radar indicated, and they say it's near Bashong, moving northeast at 30 miles per hour. Again, Doppler radar indicated, but near Bashong. And what you're seeing right there in the middle of the screen, if we have a tornado pop up, it's going to be just to the south or just to the east of this downpour you see right there. That's a rain-free base on this side. You can see the lowering. If that produced a tornado, I've got good eyes on it. A few moments ago it was near Bashong. Now it's going to be over Allen, Admire. Allen, Admire, you should be taking shelter right now, as that storm has potential for producing a tornado. I don't see one right now, but just because I don't see it does not mean that it can't produce one. It certainly could at any time. All right, let's go back over to the just the reflectivity on this. We'll take the camera back down for a moment, and we'll go check out the other storm. So the other storm is near Reading at this point, and heading to, actually past Reading, heading toward folks near Quenemo and Melbourne. You're in the path of this. A tornado warning here for the eastern part of Osage County. That's going to go until 7:15 as well. So the Doppler radar is indicating rotation of this here. It's been a long time since we had tornado warnings in the area, and even longer since we had one actually touch down. So we haven't had a confirmation of these hitting ground yet. Quenemo, you should take shelter right now. The Weather Service did just crop this off a few moments ago, so there are fewer areas that are in it. Linden, you're out of the tornado warning. Olivet, you're out of the tornado warning. It is Quenemo, you're the ones that are in this right now. So you are in the tornado warning there in the Quenemo area. And as we check out the velocity mode on this, the rotation just a couple of miles west of Quenemo, kind of between Linden and it looks like between Linden and Quenemo would be the rotation on this. So again, a tornado warning there going until 7:15 p.m. I don't have that as confirmed at this point. it looks like it is Doppler radar indicated for right now. All right, back over to the other one. We're tracking a tornado warning just north of Emporia. That's this one right here, showing more signs of rotation in this. And we'll bring up the camera as well. Again, if you are near Allen and Admire, I want you to take shelter right now on the velocity with this. We'll see what we've got. That rotation, again, just to the southwest of Allen and to the east of Bushong at this time. As I bring up the camera again, we'll look that over the radar as well. And again, I don't see it as being on the ground, but kind of right there in the middle. If this was to touch down, this is the area I would expect to see it showing up. So right there in the top, that very well could be the beginning of a funnel cloud that's just kind of to the right of the rain-free base there, panning a little farther to the east there. You start to get into some heavier rain. That's from the rain that's over closer to the Admire area. But over here, this is the rotation on it, this to the Allen and Bushong area. And you can see the downpours there certainly, but the chance of seeing it producing a tornado is that stuff that's just to the east of the heaviest of the rain in this. Again, so these are both Doppler radar potential tornadoes. Now, if you are not in these areas, keep in mind this is going to go right across the Kansas Turnpike. So if you have friends or family, or if you are traveling down the Turnpike between Emporia and Topeka, or between Highway 56 and Topeka, or going the other way toward Emporia, if you're going to be in this area traveling, that's a dangerous place to be right now, unless you're a trained storm chaser, and even in that case, it's still fairly dangerous. But if something touches down, I'm highly confident we'll have a good look at it here from the Emporia camera that's looking straight north from this one that's right there in Lyon County. So again, this is Doppler radar indicated. It is not considered to be a tornado at this time. Not a confirmed tornado at this time. All right, so that's that one. Let's go on the other one here. We've got a tornado warning for the eastern part of Osage County as well. This one has potential to produce a tornado. The tornado warning going until 7:15, and Linden is out of this. Melbourne's right on the edge of this. And yeah, Melbourne's out of it now. Melbourne is no longer in that tornado warning. You're cropped out of it a few moments ago. Quinamo should be taking shelter right now. The velocity on this, showing that potential tornado, is going to be just a couple of miles to the west of Quinamo. So you should be taking shelter immediately if you're in the Quinamo area. Putting this the rotation into animation here, you can see the rotation becoming a bit more evident as we look at it. It's also farther away from the radar, which makes it show up a bit more prevalent. It's higher in the atmosphere. Now getting into Lyon County, again, a tornado warning until 7:15. And I'm going to look at the camera there again. I think I may be seeing some signs, maybe a funnel cloud there. Let's check this thing out. All right, so right there, it doesn't look like it's, yeah, that could be a funnel cloud, kind of right there in the top middle of the screen. So that's going to be looking straight north from Emporia. Close to the town of Allen is really the greatest concern there. We're going to take this full screen, look at it a bit more closely. But again, tornado warnings for Lyon County and for Osage County. As we bring up the tower camera there from Emporia, it's going to come up full screen here a bit bigger so I can see it better and show it to you as well. That's a live look from the Washburn University camera there in Emporia. Kind of the top middle is the area I'm concerned about if that was going to touch down. It looks like it may be the beginnings of a funnel cloud kind of on the right of that. So you've got the downpour here, your rain-free base over here, and that will be the funnel cloud area right in this area if it's actually going to do it. So that's what we're watching straight north of Emporia right there with that part of it. So again, that's the Prairie Band Casino Resort Live Storm Tracker, looking at the potential of seeing a tornado near Allen and Admire. And then over here, this one in the Osage County area is for folks that are near Quinamo. You have the higher risk there is going to be folks that are in the Quinamo area in the eastern part of Osage County. And they've also taken this severe storm warning and extended it farther over into parts of Franklin, Osage County. And they're still saying hail up to 2.5 inches diameter is possible with that storm. So it is producing very large hail. The hail part of it is most likely going to be north of the tornado potential. But as we put on the hail here, let's see where it's located. And your hail core is going to be north of the rotation. So while I'm saying that Linden's out of the tornado risk at this point, but Pomona the hail core is heading toward you. Centropolis to Ottawa, the hail core looks like it's heading in those directions right now. So, but the tornado warning part of it is down here. The rotation showing up very close to Quenemo at this time. And again, if you are in Quenemo, I encourage you to go ahead and take shelter right now. I don't have eyes on this. My storm chaser got kind of beat up by the hail and the heavy rain and hasn't been able to continue over to the Quenemo area that I can see at this point. Quenemo, take shelter right now. You're in a tornado warning that goes for another 20 minutes. I don't think the warning will last in the 20 full minutes, as the rotation will probably be out of Osage County before the warning actually would expire officially. But either way, please take shelter there, especially if you are around Quenemo, as you have the potential for a tornado that could touch down, and it's a bit far from the radar, so it is hard to see if the thing were to touch down. All right, I'm trying to get more eyes on this storm that's north of Emporia. Let's see what I've got here. All right, so from Emporia, we're going to look at the cameras there. So there's the one for the Osage County area. You've got the tornado warning there for Osage County. We have a tornado warning here in the northern part of Lyon County. That is going to be near Allen and Admire. You are the closest to this at this point. And I'm going to check out the view there from Emporia and look back up. I want to check it out from Council Grove actually and look to the east toward it and see if I can see it from that angle. So it's getting just past the communications tower there, and sometimes I can peek through the rail here and pick these things out. I've picked them out in the northwest corner of Lyon County before. Once you get to north central Lyon County, it's a bit harder for me to pick them out to see if I've got something that's actually on the ground. So I don't see it from that camera. I thought maybe the rain might be obscuring it if there's something in there. All right, let's see if we have updates on this from the Weather Service. Still a tornado warning for Osage County. It's radar indicated, and also for Lyon County. Both of those considered to be radar indicated at this time. So again, we'll go back to this view from Lyon County, from the Washburn University camera there on the west side of Emporia. And what we're going to be looking at here is that rain-free base is not as pretty as it was a few moments ago. And I say pretty, I mean easy to pick out. So a few moments ago, it was really easy to kind of pick out where the rain-free base was versus where it was most likely going to be the hail core and the heavier rain. So what was there a few moments ago is either it's got different shading from the position of the storm versus the sun, or it's changed in shape. That doesn't mean that it's gone away. It just means it's not as easy for me to pick out from the camera there. So there are different things that can make it look in different ways. But again, tornado warnings continuing for Lyon County and Osage County at this time, and it's not all of Lyon County. So Emporia, if you're watching us, you are not in the tornado threat in the city of Emporia. More than 30,000 people there, and I can tell you for Emporia, your weather radio is probably screeching, but you are not in danger in Emporia from the tornado. It is well north of you. The threat actually is going to be close to Admire right now, and shortly we'll actually be moving over into Osage County. So Osage County could have a new tornado warning in a minute if they continue with this, but the rotation on that close to Allen and Admire, and it is moving straight to the east, and probably won't go into Shawnee County. So if you're in Topeka watching this, that threat probably will stay south of Shawnee County. To the east, this tornado warning just extended. They added a new tornado warning onto this, going over into Franklin County now till 7:30 p.m. So let's check what we've got for the text on this one. And the Weather Service is saying now with this, they've got hail 2.5 inches diameter, a tornado potential near Quenemo, moving east at 25 miles per hour. And they say get to interior room or the lowest level of your house or the basement, and cover your head, of course. So 2.5 inch diameter hail possible with that. And that's what we've got. It's Doppler radar indicated. No official storm spotter confirmation of this as being on the ground right now, but from the Quenemo area, now it's moving into the Pomona area, over to Greenwood. Ottawa is in the path next. So again, this is Doppler radar indicated tornado, and it is moving east into Franklin County shortly here. So in about 10 minutes, Osage County will be out of the threat from this potential tornado. However, in the western part of Osage County, you have the other storm that's going to be coming out of Lyon County, and you could have a tornado warning issued for Osage County based on that one. So as we check out the velocity mode there coming across the northern part of Lyon County, you've got the tornado warning for folks that are near Allen and Admire. If you are in Emporia, you are not in the path of this potential tornado. The rotation on that, starting off near Bashong, getting over the Allen area, and now close to Admire at this point. And it's not a strong sign of rotation from what I see. There's not a clear thing on there that I say, oh yeah, that's it. This warning goes till 7:15, and we'll see if they continue it that long. Sometimes they cancel these early, but if you're in Emporia, again, want to let you know you're in the clear here. Emporia, you are not in danger of a tornado. I know your weather radio and your weather apps are probably screeching at you from your phone, but if you're in Emporia, you are not in the path of that potential tornado. We are watching it very closely from our camera there, from the folks there at the Washburn University camera that is set there on the west side of Emporia at Industrial Road and Highway 50 is where it's closest to, and we're watching it extremely closely to see if we have any look at it. I'm also looking here from the Midland Exterior Skycam network, and if I was to see something there, it'd be kind of just to the left of that the red pole there on the transmission tower. That's from the folks from TCT Broadband Solutions. So I'm seeing the updraft there, and sometimes I can pick out funnel clouds and rotation there in Lyon County. In this case, I just absolutely can't see it from that direction. And looking out from the Emporia cam, this again provided by the folks from Washburn University, I was looking at this storm a few moments ago. You could easily see the rain-free base, and you can see what looked like it might be a funnel, but it's either been absorbed into the rain where you just can't see it now, or perhaps it's moved to a place where the sun is just not able to illuminate it well enough. And I think that's probably the case here. So I look at this, and I'll draw on here. My camera is trying to look through this right here. So it's not able to see that rotation as it was a few moments ago. The rotation really kind of in this area right here, really just right on top of Admire really. So folks who are in Admire, please take shelter right now. Again, it's a Doppler radar indicated tornado. I'm going to try to tilt the radar up and down and see if I can see any different features here in this where it may be spinning more. Okay, so the upper level rotation is right there kind of straight south of Allen. Sometimes the rotations can be tilted, so the low level is not showing up as easy, but the upper level rotation in that, you can pick it out a bit more easily. So the upper level rotation in that right about there. So if you're in the Allen and Admire areas, you should take shelter. Again, the lower level rotation not showing up as well defined there, but in this case we're seeing it a bit higher more clearly. Over here near Quinamo, again, you should be taking shelter right now. The rotation for this is again Doppler radar indicated, and I am looking at the upper levels of the rotation there, and you know, I'm not seeing a whole lot of indication there. So folks around Quinamo, you should be taking shelter. That's the situation with that one that's moving out of Osage County and into Franklin County. So again, these are both Doppler radar indicated tornadoes. I'm going to check out the spotter report, see if anybody has officially reported a funnel cloud. And I don't think we've had no official confirmations of tornadoes, fortunately, along this. And there's just a bunch of hail reports so far. No reports of funnel clouds either with this so far. All right, let's see what we've got going on here. So 2 different tornado warnings going right now. 3 actually, but they're for 2 different storms. It's just a total of 2 storms. This hook echo looks more impressive than it did a few minutes ago. It is awfully close to the town of Quinamo. So Quinamo, please take shelter right now if you are there around Quinamo. And there's an update coming in on the tornado warning from the Weather Service at 7:04. All right, what do these guys have to say? Tornado warning remains in effect for northeastern Lyon County. Capable of producing tornado near Admire, moving northeast at 40 miles per hour. Okay, so that's about what we were saying, and it looks like it may be just past Allen at this time. So they continue the tornado warning there in Lyon County. This thing has a much stronger sign of rotation there, right about here, and just almost right on top of Quinamo right now. So again, Quinamo, take shelter right now. That's the strongest sign of rotation we have really seen at this time. I'm kind of off screen here looking to see I don't think that there are any wind turbines in that area. Sometimes I just want to watch that to see if there's any impact. There's not. Okay, so the velocity on this, check out the velocity on the radar. The rotation on that is very close to Quinamo. If you're in Quinamo, take shelter right now. You are in the most dangerous part of this. Now the hook echo is by far more impressive than the velocity on this, but it's getting far enough away from the radar you start to lose some of the, it's not that far actually away from the radar. I'm wrong, that's not all that far away from the radar. It should look better than that. So the velocity is not showing an impressive rotation is what I would say then. Okay, so again, the rotation here near Admire is what the National Weather Service is saying. And if I looked at that in the low level, you didn't see the rotation all that well. But if we go a little higher up in the atmosphere, you can see the rotation more prominently. There's actually a couple of different spots there that look a little more suspicious. But near Admire is where they're saying the potential for a tornado would be there. And they will most likely update this in a moment and crop off some of that warning. So Bashong, you are no longer in the path of that potential tornado. It's near Admire now and moving to the east. So the western part of Osage County, you should be paying attention to this because it's possible that you could be added into a tornado warning. So the warning coming out of Lyon County, they just continued it. They decided not to cancel it yet. There's a rotation right here, but if they're continuing it right now, that means there's potential for them to continue it over into the western part of Osage County. So if you're around Osage City and Burlingame, you should be ready in case they decide to extend that warning even farther over into Osage County. Right now they're not. They have the tornado warning. They're saying near Admire is where it is. But again, if you're in Emporia, you are not in danger of that potential tornado. This one is much more impressive. That hook echo very close to Quinamo at this time is by far the more dangerous of the two from what I can see here on the radar. And I'm saying that based on the hook echo in this case. And there it is. You got the hook shape right there, almost right on top of the town of Quinamo. So in Quinamo, I strongly encourage you to take shelter right now from this. We'll check out for anything showing up on the debris mode from this, and hopefully not. I don't think so. And I'm going to back up and just see if it changes as it gets closer to Quinamo. A lot of times we're looking at debris mode. You don't pick much up until it actually gets into a town or close to a town. And you know what I see there in the last frame, I don't like the place I'm seeing that dark blue that's very close to the population there around Quinamo. So Quinamo, I strongly encourage you, take shelter right now. If you're in Quinamo, take shelter. If you've got friends or family in Quinamo, give them a call and say take shelter. The radar takes a moment for this to actually update, but this is either in Quinamo or within a mile of Quinamo at this time. So if there's a tornado, Quinamo is in danger right now. Again, if you have friends or family there, call and tell them take shelter. I don't have confirmation this is on the ground, but that hook echo is awfully nasty. What I just saw there on the debris mode was concerning. I'm not 100% on what I was seeing there if it's actually a tornado, but I'm concerned enough now. I'm telling you, please take shelter in Quinamo. If you have friends or family there, call them or text them and let them know to take shelter. So there's a danger there in Quinamo. You could have a potential tornado. I just don't have confirmation on it right now, but I'm very concerned about you folks there around Quinamo in case that thing touches down, which it certainly could. All right, to the west, we're still tracking a potential tornado right here. The hail cores that we're looking at here, this dark area of red that's right on top of the Kansas Turnpike, that is a hail core. The actual potential tornado was passing by Admire just a moment ago, and it's really close to Admire still. That rotation does not have as neat or well-defined of a hook echo as the other one does, but this one could produce a tornado as well. The velocity mode I saw in this, most of the spin looked like it was higher in the atmosphere and not in the lowest levels of the radar. So, but either way, they've cropped off Bashong and Allen. You're no longer in the tornado warning, but Admire is. It goes until 7:15, right now 7:09. So if they continue this warning, you might have another tornado warning issued for Osage County down the line. That's a possibility. So again, we have the two different tornado warnings in place. One for the northeast part of Lyon County and the other coming out of Osage County into Franklin County. This was the first warning, and they extended it with this additional warning going over into Franklin County. So it's not two different storms, it's one storm here. They just extended over into Franklin County going until 7:30 for that second warning. Let's check out what we have for the other warnings here. We have a severe storm warning right here. This one is for parts of Osage County as well. I'm going to see how big the hail might be with this and wonder what else they might be mentioning here. But it has Shawnee County in this too. So we got this till, let me get the time on that one. And there's an update there on that tornado warning in Lyon County, I see too. All right, so here we go. This is a severe storm warning right there that includes parts of Shawnee County, and it goes until 7:45 for hail about the size of $half. So that's that one, and they're not mentioning anything about tornadoes with it. Here's the update for Lyon County. You'll notice that the white area that's circled off there has been cropped off and is smaller now. So Admire is out of this tornado warning. This is really going to be the rural northeast parts of Lyon County. It's well north of folks around Reading, so you're out of the threat from this one. And it's moving to the east at about 20 miles per hour. So we'll see if they continue this over into Osage County. From what I see there, if they have not continued it yet over to Osage County, they very well might not. Bear with me just a moment there. Okay, so if you're in Osage County, I'm watching you around Burlingame and Osage City to see if they continue your tornado warning over there. What I'm saying is they may take this and say, okay, we have tornado there potential. Actually, the tornado's farther back. It's more like there. But if they say, okay, we think it's going to go this way, over in Osage County, they might add a new tornado warning. If they haven't yet, then they probably will not. But that's the next step. That would be they would add one there if they're going to. So Quennemo, again, please take shelter right now. If you haven't already, I need folks here around Quennemo to please take shelter, as there's a potential tornado very close to you. All right, they continue that Lyon County, just verifying that. All right, let's loop this radar again. And that last radar image there around Quennemo is from a couple of minutes ago. The Weather Service radar there is coming in real slow. So I need to change radars here. I'm going to check another radar source. I'm not going to just use the Topeka one. I want to use Wichita here. Let's see if I can use Wichita and see if I get a different time on it. Because I'm looking at just the closest one for the timing there, and it looks like the Topeka radar didn't update on that last couple of minutes. Okay, let's change over to the other source here again. And I'm not sure why that's not giving me an update for the last few minutes here. Okay. Okay, so Quennemo, take shelter right now. I'm checking to see if the Weather Service says anything about a problem with the radar, if it's slowed down or if something's going on. I just honestly don't know what might be going on with the radar there. Does not look like it's updating for about 10 minutes here, and I don't quite understand what's going on with that. Let's check out the, this version is updated better, so I have to check out what's up with that. I see that rotation is past Quennemo now. It's closer to Pomona. So that warning, the warning for Osage County goes away at 7:15. So that'll be gone. It won't be in Franklin County. The warning over here in Lyon County is almost into Osage County. They have not extended that one yet at this point. So what I expect to happen here is in about 2 minutes, this warning will expire for the northeast part of Lyon County, and they'll be dealing with a hail core here near Allen and Beauchamp. I don't think they're going to continue this tornado warning for Lyon County into Osage County. I don't think they're going to do it. And the tornado warning that's over here in Osage County, as it moves into Franklin County, it will be officially in the Kansas City coverage area, and it's not confirmed. So since it's a Doppler radar indicated tornado moving out of our official coverage area to the Kansas City area, once we get to 7:15, if they don't continue these, Bridge will go back to programming. So just stay with me here for just one more moment, and we'll see if they drop this. Okay, so they dropped a severe storm warning. They canceled a severe storm warning that was in the southeast part of Osage County a moment ago. They continued a severe thunderstorm warning for Douglas and Franklin for 2-inch diameter hail. That's the part of the storm over here in Osage County that continues there toward the Ottawa area. And then back to the west here, this thing coming out of Lyon County, I really think they're going to drop that here in about 1 minute. And then we'll go on with, we'll go back to programming. Let's see, okay. Okay, Osage County is canceled. They're going to go just into Franklin County. Okay, they've canceled the one for Osage County now. So we only have the one that's in the corner. Oh, now we got a confirmed tornado though in Franklin County. So they did continue it with continued. Let's read the text on this. You stop it here and I'll read it to you here. And we'll still let this go into the Kansas City DMA. So let's see the official text on this. Okay, confirmed tornado. And the full text on this, what do we got? Okay, a confirmed tornado. Trouble getting the thing to come up here with the text for me. All right. There we go. All right, confirmed tornado located over Pomona, moving east at 25 miles per hour. Weather spotters, confirmed tornado south of Quinamo. Okay, so affecting Centropolis and Pomona, but it's going to be in Pomona at this time, near Pomona. So we'll zoom in on this more closely. I'm going to check the radar, the live radar, and see what's going on there. So that's still giving me old data. So I'm going to go back to composite here, and under composite is showing that rotation is over Pomona or close to it. A confirmed tornado over in Franklin County, moving toward areas like Ottawa and Hayes. So again, the tornado warnings in Osage County are gone. We have the tornado warning over here in Franklin County, and they say it's confirmed now over in the Pomona area. I'm going to try one more time to see if I can see that far with the tower camera, and I can't. I cannot see that over there. All right, so we're going to continue with the live stream, but go ahead and let's go ahead and go back to TV on 13.1. We'll continue the live stream on WIBW.com. Thanks for checking in with us here on the WIBW channels. Stay with us. We'll keep you safe and informed. Thank you. All right. So here's what we've got. I'm looking at radar here, and it has a confirmed tornado near Pomona is the report we're getting there. And the National Weather Service says it's confirmed at this point. So since it is now in the Kansas City market, designated market area, we're going to let it go and let them cover it in Franklin County. We will continue to live stream it here and talk about it though. So if you're in Pomona, you should be taking shelter right now. If you're around Ottawa, you should be taking shelter right now. If somebody back there could yell at Aaron, I need engineering to help me. Denny, can you hear me? I need to find out why. Oh, thanks. Thank you. All right. So problem I saw there is that the radar sweeps stopped coming in from the individual National Weather Service sites. I have no idea why. So I'm trying to figure that out. But the composite kept going. So I can see the rotation there, and the hook is very close to Pomona and heading over toward Ottawa at this time. That's where we have the potential for a tornado. They say it's confirmed, as a matter of fact. All right, so let's go ahead and check out the debris on this, see if it's showing up here. And I really think that I was picking up the debris there as it got to Quinamo. Aaron, for some reason my single site radars are not coming in from Max here. I do not know why. So as of about 6:58, I stopped getting data to come in. And that's from all the single sites. Now from this is from the composite, which is bringing data. So I'm getting most of my data. That's current, but I cannot get anything from the single sites. I tried multiple sites to see if it was something from single sites. So I haven't called IBM yet, and I'm just covering a tornado with this. But just something to pass along. I don't know.
You've checked Max 2?
I have not jumped on Max 2.
Okay, because that would be my first thing, is to see if it's a Max or Max 2 problem. Following that,
I'll bring it up to you then.
I can check the server, but if you're getting the composite,
just see if you see any heads up from IBM, if they said anything as well, just out of curiosity, because something's gone haywire at the moment. it's not stopping me from covering where it's at,
Yeah.
but it's something that just needs to be addressed.
Well, getting direct site data gives you a lot better than
Okay.
composite.
Yes, of course.
Your resolution's better,
Yeah, everything's better.
your update times, your, like, literally everything.
All right, I'll see if I've got something. I'll see what's coming in on Max 2. All right, thank you. I'll check that and I'll let you know what I find out too, okay? All right, so if you're around Pomona, or have friends and family there, they should be taking shelter. If you're there, you should be taking shelter. I'm going to try the KDOT cameras. There's a KDOT camera. Okay, so let's see if I can get. Can I comment here? All right, I'm asking KDOT if they can turn a camera so I can look at it. Apparently the spotter that confirmed this tornado is down is a long way from the actual storm, so that can make it a little bit less. Okay. Okay, so I need to figure that out later. All right, so I'm seeing if I can get KDOT to turn their camera from I-35 in Ottawa so we can see that thing. All right, so again, there's a problem that I was seeing with the radar. I'm going to see if I can. Okay, so that's working. Kansas City radar is working. Good. So I got a feed from Kansas City. This one's doing it. So I've got this. This one's actually showing me stuff. They've issued a new tornado warning for Franklin County, and you can see the new red box there. So, and they are going to say still observed is their claim here. All right. So, what do they say about this for Franklin County? They say weather spotter confirmed tornado. 4 miles east of Pomona, moving east at 25 miles per hour. So if you are near Ottawa and Wellsville, take shelter right now. And so Ottawa is in the path of this, and that's getting awfully close to folks that are in and around Ottawa. So you should be taking shelter right now. All right, Bridge, go ahead and put me back on, please. Back on TV. Thank you. All right, tornado warning continuing for Franklin County at this point. The National Weather Service is still saying this is confirmed. So the tornado's past Pomona, but they're still saying it's confirmed. So if you're around Ottawa, you need to take shelter right now. So it's getting deeper into the Kansas City coverage area, but it's close enough here that we're going to go and cover it because some people do watch us there in Franklin County. I-35, if you know anybody traveling along I-35 between Kansas City and Beto Junction, you should get off I-35. This is going to be dangerous for a little while here as potential tornado is likely to go over I-35. Not talking about the turnpike. This is I-35 there near Ottawa. So if you're traveling in that area, that's going to be particularly dangerous for a little while here. I'm going to bring up the debris mode and see if I can see anything flying here on the debris. As I back up here, I don't see just something with a high level of confidence there that I would think was something that's definitely debris. But on the radar there, the velocity, we certainly can see the spin, and the hook echo on there is very easy to pick out. So I'll go back to the velocity here, and this is the spin there. That's just to the east of Pomona is the location. About 4 miles east of Pomona is what the National Weather Service is saying. So there's your spin right about there, and it's moving straight toward Ottawa. So folks around Ottawa should be taking shelter right now. There's your hook echo on this. A pretty easy one to pick out in this time, at this point. And it's moving along Highway 68, East Pomona, heading toward Ottawa. So if you're there around Ottawa, you should be taking shelter right now. Ottawa's a pretty big city, and if it goes across the interstate, it's going to be right there to the east of Ottawa is how it looks at this point. So again, around Ottawa, you should be taking shelter right now as a potential tornado heading in your direction. And again, they're saying that this is spotter confirmed a few minutes ago with this. So if you are there in or around Ottawa, you should be taking shelter right now. I'm trying to get a look at this from some of the cameras. There are KDOT cameras there along I-35, and I don't see anything yet in that area. Okay, so I will have a view from Ottawa, from I-35, just east of Ottawa in a few minutes here as that storm moves past town. But as of right now, I don't have eyes on it. But there are at least one storm chaser that said that they saw it down there just a couple of miles, just near Pomona a few minutes ago. So looking back out at the overall situation here in the northern part of Lyon County, that severe storm warning is going to go away. This one over here in Osage County, for Osage City, this has hail about the size of ping pong balls between Burlingame and Osage City. We'll check out the location of the hail there. It is a couple of miles south of Burlingame and north of Osage City, moving across what highway? That's Highway 56 there as it goes south from Burlingame to Osage City. Just crossed that, and we're just about to see that hail core with ping pong ball size hail cross over Highway 75 a few miles north of Linden. So that's ping pong ball size hail with that. Have a severe storm up here near Carbondale. This one does include parts of Shawnee County. That hail core is not as bad as it was, and it does not include Topeka. So while it includes a little sliver of southeast Shawnee County, it does not include Topeka. Topeka is not in danger with that storm. By far, the most dangerous thing going is this one right here, which is a tornado warning. They're saying it's confirmed tornado that's moving very close to Ottawa in the next few minutes here, and it's had a very strong sign of a hook echo with it. There you go. That's the latest radar sweep coming in, and you can see it very well just a couple of miles to the west of Ottawa at this time. And check out debris. I'm going to see if I have anything flying here on the debris mode, and that's a higher sign, but it's not conclusive. How about velocity here? See if it's giving us a good sign. But the hook echo, yes, that's much more pronounced than it was a few minutes ago. And the reason it looks like it's kind of changing locations there is as I switch the radar view, it's changing to the radar that's closest to that particular spot. But I really think that that's going to be the better estimate of it. It's going to be right there, just west of Ottawa, a couple of miles down Highway 68. So again, if you have friends or family in Ottawa, or if you're in Ottawa, you should be taking shelter right now. We have potential for a tornado heading toward Ottawa right now. So that's a confirmed tornado. And if you are in Ottawa, or close to Ottawa, this is, again, it's not a potential tornado. This is a confirmed tornado that's right there just west of Ottawa and just about to move into town. So if you're around there, you've got to take shelter right now. This is it. That is a confirmed tornado just west of the town of Ottawa, moving right down Highway 68. Very, very strong sign of rotation there on that camera, on that radar. And I'm going to bring up the view here. This is not going to be Doug Crisp. It's going to say that it is, but this is going to be a view from KDOT. And just ignore the header on this, as that's from KDOT at I-35 near the rest stop on I-35. So looking north toward the storm, that's where the potential for a tornado would be. Now they've got it turned a little bit farther to the northeast. All right, now they're painting the sky trying to look at it there. So this is again from KDOT, the candrive.org camera, looking to the northeast. And I can't say 100% that we're looking at a tornado there, but that's the direction that this would be in if it's going to touch down. So that's what we're looking at right there is that storm with a potential tornado. And they say it's confirmed tornado just a few moments ago that's moving into Ottawa in just the next few moments. So again, this is a confirmed tornado getting awfully close to Ottawa at this point. So again, we encourage you there. Please take shelter. If you're there in Ottawa or close to Ottawa, you have a potential tornado touching. It's very close to you at this point. All right. Okay, so again, confirmed tornado moving into the Ottawa area right now. If you're in Ottawa or close to Ottawa, please take shelter right now. This is what we've got there on the radar. You've got the confirmed tornado in Franklin County. There's the rotation on this. You really have to take shelter right now if you're in Ottawa, please. So I don't know if this is a big tornado. I just know it's confirmed as being down several times. All right. All right, so again, on that KDOT camera, it looks like probably had some signs of that being the tornado. I'm going to bring up the Kansas City radar here. It's the one that's got the best look at it, but that's it right there. If you're in Ottawa, you got to take shelter right now. We have confirmed tornado right there, just a mile or maybe it's less than a mile away from Ottawa. If you're in Ottawa, you've got to take shelter right now. This is an urgent situation for you. This is one county out of the WIBW official DMA or viewing area. We're going to stay with it because this is a confirmed tornado that could do some damage there or hurt somebody in the town of Ottawa. You have friends or family there? If you're not there, call them. You have friends or family traveling down I-35 between Kansas City and Beto Junction? Let them know. That is a dangerous place to be right now, so you do not want anybody to be on the highway there in between Ottawa and between Kansas City and the Beto Junction. That area right there along I-35, particularly dangerous as a confirmed tornado, is getting very close to folks there in Ottawa. So if you're in Ottawa, again, I'm going to say this over and over again, but you know, it's important to let you know, if you're in Ottawa, you got to take shelter right now. Got another camera view here. This is going to be from, I get this banner off here, I'm just going to do it. Okay, so we're going to look to the west from Can Drive here, and that is that's on the east side of Ottawa, looking to the west toward this storm. So if this has a tornado with it, we're going to have a very good view of it, if you will, as it moves in. So again, it's confirmed tornado approaching Ottawa, coming in from the west, and we have the KDOT camera there from candrive.org. This is I-35 at 59, and that is on the east side of Ottawa, and we're looking over toward town. So that's the view right there, and they have the other camera that's at the Ottawa rest stop just south of town. So that's this one right here, and then panning it back and forth. A few moments ago, it looked like we might have had a view of the, oh, there we go, turning it back again. Here we go. That's the area that could be the tornado. And you can see where it's brighter there because that's the lower part of the storm, lower clouds there. I think that's the back edge of it. Okay. So that's what we're seeing there. All right, so let's go back over the radar here. Again, confirmed tornado. Ottawa, it's a big enough town. It's one county out of our DMA, our viewing area. We're going to go ahead and go with this. We're going to cover this as it goes through town here. A confirmed tornado. If you are in Ottawa, you could get hurt right now. You need to take shelter. Lowest level of your house, put as many walls as you can between you and the storm. If you have a basement, go to the basement. If you don't have a basement, you go to the lowest level. The first floor is the best you can do. That's where you're going. Get away from the walls and windows. If you're in a mobile home, you can't ride out tornadoes in a mobile home. That just doesn't work. Straight line winds sometimes can tip over the mobile homes, and you're in all kinds of problems then. There it is. You can see this looks like what may be a debris ball here on the south side of this as it moves into Ottawa. So I have a lot of concern for folks in Ottawa right now. This is a very dangerous tornado situation. I haven't heard big tornado or any high-end language on this, but just looking at the position of this and going through a highly populated area, this is a big deal. So if you're around Ottawa, take shelter. If you're watching us on WIBW TV, you're saying, why are you covering a storm over there? It's because I see this as being dangerous enough that we've got to get this word out on this. I try to just go back to programming and let it go, but this is a big enough deal that we need to stay with this as it goes through. Again, so folks around Ottawa, please take shelter right now. If you got friends or family there, tell them to take shelter, please. We'll go ahead and check out the view now, again, from the cameras from KDOT, from Can Drive. There's the view from I-35 at the rest stop. The live video camera there, again from Can Drive, KDOT. You're looking to the east-northeast toward the storm. All right, there's an update on the tornado warning here. And they say, weather spotters confirmed rain-wrapped tornado east of Pomona. That's right now. So they are saying Ottawa and Wellsville need to take shelter now. Repeat, a tornado is on the ground. They say this is a rain-wrapped tornado that's on the ground, heading very close to Ottawa right now. So there's the next view of this, looking from I-35 and 59 back toward Ottawa right there. So this is a very dangerous situation. This is a confirmed rain-wrapped tornado that is moving very close to and likely into Ottawa shortly here. I don't know how this could possibly go around Ottawa at this point. It's basically right on top of town or close to it. And so Ottawa is in a lot of danger here from this as it moves in. Let's check out this. So it's a confirmed tornado, confirmed to be rain wrapped just a few minutes ago here by the National Weather Service. And the radar on this showing that the debris balls, it looks like to me there, just southwest of town. And let's check out the debris mode here and see if we can see anything flying on the debris. So let's see, I don't see anything there yet. But again, we do have a confirmed tornado with this just west of the town of Ottawa and likely moving into town in the next few moments here, if not already. So if you're in Ottawa, you know, I'm telling you this over and over again, please take shelter right now. And you can see the radar is now sweeping over the town of Ottawa. So again, this is a really dangerous time right now there in Franklin County for folks around Ottawa. You have potential tornado moving through town right now. So this is extremely dangerous. So again, if I-35 through Ottawa, close to Ottawa, through the eastern part of Franklin County, we have a confirmed tornado. They say it's rain wrapped. Several storm spotters have said they can see this, and you kind of have to just peek into the rain at times when you get just a break where you can see it. But again, it's confirmed tornado, very close to or in Ottawa right now. So if you are there or close to it, you got to take shelter at this moment. All right, we have a tornado watch going for a few more hours here for a big part of the area, but by far most of us are not in this danger. As a matter of fact, we'll go ahead and check out just the radar here for the rest of northeast Kansas, and you'll see that the severe threat is calmed down a lot for many of us. We do have a severe storm warning continuing for Osage County right there. That's for hail the size of $half. This one moving in the southeast part of Shawnee County, quarter-size hail, moving into parts of Douglas County as well. But this thing in Franklin County by far is more dangerous than anything else, and you can see it's out by itself. You've got a lone storm cell here that's able to rotate and produce a tornado right about there. So that's kind of the anatomy of it, is that once these get that by themselves, they have more of a tendency to rotate. So there in the town of Ottawa, that's where the greatest danger is by far. And I'm going to turn off the radars except for Kansas City here so I can see the closest one to this. And that's it right there. And that looks to me like we've got probably debris close to Ottawa, if not in town. So turning off the radar, if what I'm seeing there looks like debris just in the south side of town there. All right. Now the KDOT cameras have stopped feeding in data right now. I'm not sure if there's some damage there that maybe breaking that up. That's why I'm not getting eyes. I'm trying my best off camera here. Is why you're not seeing my face a lot or suspenders today is because I'm stepping off here and trying to get these KDOT cameras come back up. But sometimes you have something like this going on. Excuse me. It can mess with the communications, obviously. So again, Prairie Bend Casino Resort Live Storm Tracker. What we're seeing there is confirmed tornado that is near or in Ottawa at this point. So if you have friends or family there, if you're there, you know, you should be taking shelter now if you haven't already. Then it's a pretty big town here. We've got a lot of people that are in danger with this. And again, this is a county out of what we normally cover here on stuff like this. But because it's a confirmed tornado going to a populated area, we're going to stay with it for a moment here, even in prime time. Ottawa, take shelter. I mean, just saying over and over again, Ottawa, take shelter. Ottawa, take shelter. Ottawa, take shelter. You have a confirmed tornado that's rain wrapped. So if you step outside to try to check it out, you're probably not going to see it. If it's rain wrapped, you know, if you think about that Lawrence tornado that we had several years back, you know, you couldn't see the thing, but you certainly can see the damage later on. And I'm not saying it's as big as that tornado was, but when they are rain wrapped, you you just can't see what's in there. So the curiosity doesn't even help to try to look, because in many cases you cannot see what's in there when the rain's in certain positions or it's surrounding the tornado altogether. Back up the data here a couple of frames. So this is updating, and you can see the hook echoes went past Pomona about 7:14, and then approaching Ottawa, and now the tornado looks like it is likely in Ottawa. And again, I'm trying to get these KDOT cameras to come in. I think there's a data issue with those as well. So, all right, so the rest of the area, northeast Kansas, we have that tornado watch. It's still going for a few more hours, but we'll see if they even let it go that long. But it goes till 8 p.m. Actually, I guess it goes, and that's the tornado warning goes till 8. All right, so the watch goes until 11 p.m. I don't know that it will actually go that long. They'll probably cancel this earlier than 11 o'clock. But we do have the tornado warning in this for folks that are around Ottawa. We had tornado warnings earlier that include parts of Lyon County and Osage County. And now we have severe storm warnings for Osage County and the southeast part of Shawnee County. But the tornado warning, the big one, the big story here is certainly this thing going through Ottawa. I'm going to try to change over to debris mode here and see if we see anything flying there. And it looks more like there's debris than it did a few moments ago. But I need to turn on just the Kansas City radar. I only want to see that one right now because it's the closest. And there you go. So we're going to back up a few hours here, or a few minutes. And that might be debris right there. This may have done some damage in Ottawa right there. That blue spot you see over Ottawa, that very well may be debris, and you can see that's where the city is. So if the tornado did go through, then that's most likely debris you're seeing showing up there on the debris mode, on correlation coefficients, the other name for this. So there very well may be some debris there around Ottawa. So we'll have to wait and see if we get, okay, Storm Spotters reporting a tornado just a moment ago here. And they're saying 1 mile north of Ottawa. But if they say 1 mile north of Ottawa, that doesn't mean that's where the tornado is. I'm going to show this to you. I'm going to bring up the Storm Spotter report and just tell you how this works sometimes so it doesn't confuse you in the future. So right there, we're going to see this report there where it says 1 mile north of Ottawa. That doesn't mean the tornado is there. Many cases, you get a report like this and the storm chaser could be 1 mile north themselves, or they might be in a spot where they can't see, so they're estimating where they think it might be. But if a report like that comes in, do not look at the first Storm Spotter report location as though that is, etched in stone or something. The first Storm Spotter report that comes in, I've seen these be 10 miles off on several occasions, something that was nowhere near. So 1 mile north of Ottawa might be a great news that this thing missed Ottawa, but it's a confirmed tornado that was close to Ottawa, and my feeling is it's very unlikely this was actually a mile north of town. So that first report coming in saying it's north of town, I'll be happy if we hear an hour from now there's no damage in the city limits there of Ottawa. So that's a first report close to town there of somebody saying that they saw it down. Now over here, we also had a report of it being down on the ground a while ago. That was near Pomona, and the spotter says they could see debris, but they were 15 miles south, so they couldn't actually see it. So they think it actually touched down close to Pomona, but again, that spotter was 15 miles away, and they thought they saw debris flying with it. So the confirmation is based on the fact that they thought they could see debris with it. Now, I'm seeing that the rotation there, the hook echo, is starting to catch up to the hail core on this, so it's kind of circling on itself. It may be starting to occlude, which means it comes to an end, and I'm going to try checking the velocity on this. And we'll back up here in time. Yeah, that's a tornado for sure. That's definitely a tornado. And the question here is going to be, did it hit Ottawa or did it just get awfully close to hitting Ottawa? So Ottawa either has a bunch of damage right now or Ottawa just got really lucky. That's one of the two things. So hopefully they got really lucky here. We'll see. But Ottawa should still be taking shelter right now if you're there. If you're in Ottawa, around Ottawa, take shelter. Don't go to help anybody yet. Don't come out of your safe spot. If you're around Peoria, continue to take shelter. If you're in the town of Franklin, take shelter. If you're along Highway 68, just east of Ottawa, take shelter. What do you got? Does he have video of it?
He's somewhere.
Of the tornado?
Well, not of the tornado.
Okay.
He's following storm chasers.
All right. If I see him with something, I'll use him. Thank you. Okay. All right, guys. Trying to see if we get information on this thing, if it's actually done damage or in Ottawa or not. All right, so Peoria, Harrison. Harrison's out of the path of this, but you're still in the warning. The town of Franklin there, you're in the warning. Eventually this is going to move over out of Franklin County, and we'll be looking at it in Miami County at that point. And at that point, I will definitely cut off our coverage here. Then we'll try to find out if we've got some damage from this, if everybody's okay. But again, a confirmed tornado there, close to Ottawa, may have hit parts of Ottawa, I do not know. All right, so I'm going to just ask here. I'm asking if Ottawa has damage. See if I can get an answer here. All right. Hopefully not. Okay, so again, confirmed tornado there. They say it's moving to the eastern part of Franklin County at this point, and a confirmed tornado with this. So we don't know if we have damage there in Ottawa. We very well might. On the velocity on this, let's check it out again. And it's going across I-35 on the east side of Ottawa is where it's going to be. And the great cameras I had there a few moments ago with a look at it, absolutely not coming in now. So the tornado looks like it's probably still in progress there. You've got it right about there. That's the most likely location for this at this point if it's still on the ground. So that's what we've got right there. I'm going to try to check the closest radar, make sure it's on Kansas City here. And there you go. So just on the east side of Ottawa, a couple miles east of Ottawa. Now it's past I-35. And, I may not be, it could be damage to the camera there for all I know at this point, but the cameras there are not coming in at all. All right, so we'll go back over to the velocity mode, or the radar reflectivity mode here. What are you telling me?
I'm in Ottawa.
What do you see?
I see clear to the due west. I'm downtown at 3rd and Main. I see a whole bunch of dark rain wrapped stuff to the north across the river.
Is anything damaged that you see there?
Not that I can see it because I'm not leaving because it's been hailing.
Where are you located? Where are you at in town?
I'm behind the On-Q Bar.
Behind what?
The On-Q Bar at 3rd and Main.
3rd and Main. You don't have damage there, but you okay, did you see a tornado?
I see what could be rain wrapped.
Okay.
Looking for all the rain.
East of you right now, right?
It would be due north of me right now where I'm at. I'm right by the river looking north.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. All right. Be safe. Bye. All right. So that's a call from Ottawa. Report letting me know there that they don't see damage where they are. He thinks he sees a rain-wrapped tornado to his east. That's what that report was saying. So he doesn't have damage where he was, but that's it's a big town there. So we will see. And I'm asking to see if we have any reports of damage from Ottawa. If you have damage in town, the first thing that people are going to do is not say, "Hey, call Jeremy." If there's damage, the first thing to do is take care of the damage, take care of the people that might be hurt, and deal with that. So I do not expect anybody that's in the damage area to go step one, call Jeremy. I don't. So the fact we're not getting reports in yet is not a huge surprise. I would not want somebody to take the time, at that moment to call and let us know, because if we're watching it from other places, then clearly we're okay. But the important thing would be people downstream in Peoria or right along Highway 58 or 68. They're getting into the eastern part of Franklin County. It's Highway 68. The important thing, we let them know that this is something that's still causing damage and could hurt them too. All right, so again, confirmed tornado there. Likely did some damage in or around Ottawa, and it's going to start moving into the eastern part of Franklin County, then to Miami County. All right, we're going to break off the TV here. I'll continue the live stream at WIBW.com. If you get more updates on this, we will let you know. Thanks for staying with us. I know we broke in on prime time, and I appreciate your patience with us. We covered this. Stay with us. We'll keep you safe and informed.